The Texan War for Independence opened on October 2, 1835. Known as the Lexington of Texas, the Battle of Gonzales was the first military engagement of the Revolution. The conflict that day was sparked by Mexican troops attempting to reclaim a cannon. The Texans raised a flag bearing these words, "Come and take it." Along with the battle cry, "Remember the Alamo," the flag became the Revolution's most enduring symbol of defiance. It would spur the victory over Mexico and inspire the birth of the Republic of Texas. Following the Battle of Gonzales, victories soon followed for the rebels. On October 10, 1835, Texans captured the garrison at Goliad. A little less than 3 weeks later, a Texan force led by Jim Bowie defeated a larger Mexican scouting party in the Battle of Concepcion. Texan morale was on the rise. Between October and early December, Texans led by Benjamin Milam besieged, then captured San Antonio de Bejar. The Mexican garrison there was the Alamo. Mexican General Martin Perfecto de Cos was allowed to return to Mexico. Then came the Battle of the Alamo. This time the Texans defended the garrison against the Mexican army. After a 2-week siege, on March 6, Santa Anna and his army overwhelmed the Alamo and killed every man defending it. 5 days earlier, on March 1st, the Convention of 1836 had commenced at Washington on the Brazos. Delegates convened for 2 main purposes: to formally declare independence and to draft a constitution for the new Republic of Texas. The next day, March 2, 1836, the convention formally adopted the Declaration. Texas joined a line of new republics in the Americas. The United States was the first in the New World. Mexico had been the latest until Santa Anna dissolved Congress, replaced the Republican Constitution with the 7 laws, and reduced the Mexican states to the status of departments. After hearing of the defeat at the Alamo, General Houston ordered Colonel James Fannin and his approximately 450 men to retreat from Goliad and join the rest of Houston's army. The colonel hesitated, giving just enough time for the Mexican forces to surround the Texans. After a 2-day standoff at Coleto Creek near Goliad, Fannin surrendered to Santa Anna on March 20th. On March 27, 1836, Palm Sunday, the general ordered the execution of the colonel and nearly 349 Texan prisoners of war. It came to be known as the Goliad Massacre. On April 21, 1836, in the final and decisive battle of the War for Texan Independence, Texan forces led by General Sam Houston launched a surprise attack on Santa Anna's camp. As the Texans unleashed their attack, shouts rang out, "Remember the Alamo!" The Battle of San Jacinto, near modern-day La Porte, Texas, lasted only 18 minutes. The resounding Texan victory effectively ended the war. Santa Anna fled from the battle and sought an escape by way of Vince's Bridge, which stretched over the impassable waters of the bayou below. He discovered that the bridge was destroyed. That night, the general hid in the nearby swamp, only to be discovered the next day. He was wearing the jacket of a Mexican private. His captors brought him before General Sam Houston, who lay on the ground as he had been shot in the ankle. Santa Anna's capture forced him to negotiate the Treaties of Velasco, which laid the groundwork for Texas self-governance. On May 14, 1836, the treaties were signed in Velasco, Texas. Santa Anna signed one public treaty and one in secret. In the first, he agreed to withdraw Mexican troops. In the second, he agreed to recognize Texan independence. Later, the Mexican government disputed the validity of both treaties, since Santa Anna was a prisoner of war when he negotiated them. All the Mexican troops retreated south of the Rio Grande. Mexico's prisoners of war were released, and Santa Ana was given passage to Veracruz. While Mexico refused to formally recognize Texan independence, Texas operated as a sovereign nation for 9 years until annexation by the United States in 1845. Texas would become the 28th state in the American Union. It is known as the Lone Star State, so named for its iconic flag. We began this chapter in America's history by recalling the opening battle of the Texan War for Independence. We end with images from among some of the Lone Star State's most enduring contributions.